What's going on, guys? Bank Robber Games here, more Fallout 3, A Tale of Two Wastelands. And last episode when we left off, we completed a side quest being the Nuka-Cola challenge, which is pretty cool. Got us another schematic, and we also explored a quite a cool location being the Rock Creek Caverns, which is something I've been meaning to do for quite a long time. So that was really cool, so I recommend going back and watching that if you haven't seen it. But this episode we're going to be completing a side quest we've had available to us quite a while, and that is those. You might remember if you watched earlier in the series, as we made our way over to Galaxy News Radio, we got intercepted by the super duper mart by a character called Brian Wilkes, and yeah, he told us about his father and had gone missing, and his town had fallen under attack by giant ants, fire breathing ants. So we're going to start this quest. It's another sort of quite a wacky quest, but very, very fun. Quite iconic to the series. Everyone loves Brian Wilkes and him interrupting your travels as you go out into the wasteland. So yeah, we got intercepted by him around there. So it's just the fact that you are quite close. But as you approach Grey Ditch, there will be those fire ants you saw that we just took out. And they're just sort of unique giant ants. They're a bit tougher, I think, but they obviously breathe fire. Got unique ingredients on them there. Don't know how that compares to regular giant ant materials.
Kill them all and let God sort them out.
From what I remember, there isn't actually a lot of substantial loot around Grey Ditch, other than some that are sort of linked to the quest.
Is there any food in here?
Yeah, as you can see, there's definitely quite a lot of those ants in the area that you need to be careful of. But we did tell Brian to hide in this preservation shelter.
It used to be kind of nice. No one bothered us there. I guess because we were so close to DC. There were 7 of us living there in tall, old brick houses. I think I'm the last one left. Those things took everyone else. Nah, people don't like to stay long in Grey Ditch. The DC ruins aren't a great place to make a home, you know. In fact, Papa was talking about moving on soon. We've been here for maybe a year. Besides me and my papa, there was Doc Lesko, who stayed with us, and Will Brandis, and his mama and papa, too. I guess they're all gone now. Look for the house nearest to the billboard. That's sticking out of the ground. It's pretty close to the diner. You can't miss it. Please be careful. I don't want you to die. Now I know what a TV dinner feels like.
Kind of funny how he knows what a TV dinner is.
Kill that son of a bitch!
Well, even that he knows what a TV is.
Now
Thinking
I know
about
what a
it.
TV dinner feels like.
I'm going to check into all the houses.
Today's a hell of a day to die, Connie. You just made my day. Opening fire.
And I think there is a way of getting the key
Sir, I am
for
on
this
the lookout.
by talking to Brian Wilkes. But otherwise it is a very hard locked door. Right. Bin. You're quite lucky there with the ammo and the 18 frag grenades. Pretty nuts. Gives us a lot of things to sell. So yeah, that's the only loot that I remember there. Substantial loot there being. Like I said, we did get quite lucky there. But that is tied to the quest. Because like I said, I do remember there being a way to talk to Brian Wilkes to get the key for that dumpster. But then I think we might have failed that speech check because I wasn't anticipating getting ambushed by him like he tends to. Let's go investigate his house. This is obviously his dad. Looks like he went down fighting. Did a pretty good job if you ask me. Seem to be getting quite a lot more ammo variants. The mod that adds them into loot pools did get an update that had some bug fixes. So I'll link that down in the description below. So we should get a lot more sort of crafting resources for ammo as well. Quite a small home. That did give us the shack key.
Whoa. It's hot in here.
Oh, check out.
Come on, tell me already. Oh no. What happened? He's dead? I guess I already knew. Besides, I'm too tired to cry anymore.
So we do have the option to walk away, I think, but we are going to see this through to completion.
We gotta stop it, so this can't happen to anyone else's family ever again. I wished I had met you a long time ago. And then maybe my dad would still be alive. Thanks for doing all this. I'm feeling better now that you're here. Please be careful. I don't want you to die either.
So that does just give us the objective to remove the source of the fire ants. And the only sort of lead we have is the shack key got off of Brian Wilkes' dad there. So we are going to use that. But before we do that, I'm just going to have a quick look in these other buildings to see if there's anything worth going in there for. Doesn't seem like we're going to be very lucky at the moment though. Quite an unusual, unexpected place to find a missile launcher. I'll take it. May as well activate the terminal as well. William, what is it? William Brandis. Well, it just says W. Brandis. I'm not sure if that's someone from one of the previous Fallout games, because it does mention they're from Navarro. There's a mention there of it being hid in the kitchen behind the old fridge. Are they on this coast too? So yeah, I'm guessing this person was involved in one of the previous Fallout games. Just realised I actually read those in reverse order, I think. Let's check out. No, it's only a 9mm pistol. So nothing too exciting. But we'll get round to using that when we get into Fallout New Vegas. Kind of funny how what's the starting weapon in that game cost him his small fortune.
We interrupt our regular.
Guns and bullets magazine there for small guns. Love struggling with the Bethesda jank. But as far as I know, or can remember at least, that is everywhere you can sort of enter within Greyditch. It's actually quite a limited location. obviously got very good accuracy. There's another metro station nearby. I think that's where quite a lot of the quest takes place, if I remember correctly. But other than that, I think all the buildings are pretty much empty.
Kill 'em all and let God.
Do you think it would have been quite fun to have a sort of defense section against like waves of attacking ants? I think that would have been quite funny. Let's go see what's inside this shack.
This could be the 5th time I've forgotten the code to my desktop terminal. I really must learn to be more organized. The password for my terminal is Formicidae. How hard could that be for me to remember? Note to self, destroy this holotape as soon as move to new lab is complete.
So obviously got someone as a scientific setup, but not necessarily the brightest. Probably not a good sign of things to come. Sounds like this doctor was actually trying to do something good rather than something bad. There's a mention here of the Marigold station that we just discovered a second ago. As you'd probably expect, there are going to be quite a few ants in here.
Scanning, sir.
And if I remember correctly, that is actually the way to go.
listening to this tape, then my brains are splattered all over a wall somewhere, and you've got a job to do. You need to retrieve the package and get it safely to Ronald Lauren and Girder Shade. Tell him Grady sent you. To get the package, you'll need the key. I've stashed it inside an old fire hose case in some maintenance closet in Marigold Metro Station. The key will unlock the safe that contains the package. Look for the room marked by a spinning light. You can't miss it. Good luck. And hopefully, they won't find you too.
So this is fun part. I've got a fun unmarked side quest that we'll do, and I think I was wrong about this. I think this is actually to do with this unmarked side quest, and yeah, we're going to be trying to find a mysterious package. Sounds kind of familiar in a way if you've played New Vegas. It's quite funny. Not quite sure why we're getting so many sort of the unique ammo types rather than the standard ones. No, this is just below where we just were. I remember now. I'll just have to remember where that maintenance closet is to get that key. Is so I don't think it is actually. Yeah, no, the FMJ is just standard ammo. I don't know why the names are all changed. I don't know if it's a mod that's been updated. I'll have a look to see if I'll figure that out. It might actually be the Mojave Arsenal mod, because I think that does have things that you can alter the names of ammo like that and make it all a bit more standardized, or you know, more realistic to what you get in the real world, I guess. So it might be where it's updated, it's changed some of the ini settings unintentionally. So we'll just have to ignore the FMJ for the moment. I might keep it if it doesn't, you know, bother anyone. Falls Church is somewhere we've been before, I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to worry about exploring it just at the moment. If you remember on the voice recording, they mentioned a spinning light. Here is that safe. And it has naughty nightwear. That's the mysterious package that the guy's after. So we're going to make sure to pick that up. There is a ripper there. That's in not great condition based on the value. Definitely something that you're going to want to pick up if you like those weapons.
Don't even think about it. I'm only gonna ask you this one time. Give me the naughty nightwear.
So it's quite funny. After you steal that naughty nightwear, probably tell this is the person that went after. I've forgotten his name already, but the guy we got the voice note off. And we do have this speech option here.
All right. My mistake. It obviously belongs to you. Now, you just watch it, because I won't be so nice next time.
But we're going to take this guy out, so there isn't the next time.
Sir, I am on the lookout.
So yeah, that's obviously the guy that took out Grady. And we'll carry on that quest, that unmarked quest later on. So yeah, this is William Brandis, who had the missile launcher in his house, and we saw the notes on their computer hinting at the fact they're actually from Navarro, so it might have been related to the original Fallout games, which is pretty cool. If I remember correctly, that is actually the way to go. So we're going to have a very quick look at the rest of this metro tunnel, because I think there is some more loot hiding somewhere. There isn't actually anywhere.
Sir, I am on the lookout.
As you might see on the map here, on the compass here, there is a friendly compass stick.
Till you startled me. You really mustn't creep up on people like that.
And you might notice this is Dr. Lesko, who we heard about in some of the notes. And we access their terminal back up in Greyditch. Quite a funny option there.
That is precisely why this is the ideal place for my work. Do you realize you're trampling about in a delicately balanced and highly sensitive experimentation area? I've chosen this room as a temporary retreat from which to contemplate my erroneous figures for my experiments. It may be a bit dark and damp, but such annoyances will not stand in the way of science! My experiments are of a complex nature and would take a scientist to explain. Oh wait, I'm a scientist. How marvelous. My foray into reducing the girth of these insectoid creatures is of utmost importance. I intend to generationally reduce their immense stature by way of a pre-birth induced mutagen. Isn't that clever?
So if we have a high intelligence, our interactions with this guy will go a little bit better.
My word, you understand perfectly. How marvelous! Well, I'm afraid I made slight miscalculations in the mutagen. Instead of lowering their size, the brood hatched with a new biomechanism. I call their genetic aberration pyrosis, the ability to emit flame from their bodies. I may be able to correct this error, but I can't get near my equipment. Your knowledge of experimental procedure surprises me. Indeed, I have skipped a step and directly modified an entire brood. Perhaps I was too hasty. I was so certain it would work. To correct this mistake, I'll need to get to my terminal to modify the mutagen. Since you've offered, allow me to elaborate. My portable terminal is set up in the hatchery chamber near the Ant Queen. If I can reach it, I can continue to work on improving the mutagen. If she were harmed in any way, months of data would be lost. Your objective would be to eliminate what I call her quintet of nest guardians. Filthy little abominations. I've rigged the equipment at my portable terminal to emit what I call an inhibitor pulse. Once I send this pulse, all of the remaining ants will lose their empathic link with the Queen and frenzy, destroying each other in the process. So, that's all there is to it. What do you say?
So we do have a speech check here. I don't think it actually changes your rewards, but we're going to try and see if we can get it anyway.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Science must learn to acquiesce to your standards in order to advance itself. I was merely going to offer up one of my mutagenic bioenhancers, but I suppose I could up the ante. I will also award you with my old lab coat. It served me well over the years, and you may find it useful for your own experiments.
So I was aware of the unique old lab coat, which I think it improves your science skill by quite a hefty amount. So it is potentially quite a useful item to have on you, but I thought you obtained it differently, but it's good to know that.
You will? How marvelous! Be careful, my friend. The Nest Guardians can be quite tenacious.
So we do have the option here to just tell him the work is done, and I think he then goes in and immediately gets destroyed by the Nest Guardians. So we're going to make sure not to do that, because he does have a very powerful reward for us. We can also ask him about his experiments.
There are many that say it can't be done, but I'll prove them wrong. Well, I may have used a few, shortcuts, yes. I was told that the FEV works wonders when used under controlled circumstances. Apparently I was wrong, but I know my mistake. I'm certain I can get it to work. Destroy? Oh, no. You mustn't do that. It's my life's work. Just clear me. Far too curious. His incessant questioning would often come when I was the most absorbed with my calculations. He had no regard for the importance of my work. All scientists take responsibility for their failures because it comes with the territory. I will take this experimentation to completion without roosting on the moral high ground. If I allow emotions to enter the mix, all this time and energy spent will have been for nothing.
So yeah, in case you sort of missed it, this guy's basically trying to return the giant ants back to their regular pre-war size, so the ants we know and love today, but it hasn't gone so well. And there's a couple different ways we can complete the quest, and we get a choice of some very useful rewards as well at the end of it. But I am going to leave that for next episode, because as well as that we have the unmarked quest involving the naughty nightwear, and there's a couple of things we can do with Brian Wilkes after we sort of solve the ant problem and try and help him out as well. So it's a little bit more to this than sort of you initially expect, but definitely a very fun, zany quest, other than the fact that Brian Wilkes has a tendency to ambush you just like he did Let's Go. But like I said, I'm going to leave that all for next episode and wrap this episode up here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode and been enjoying the series so far. If you have been enjoying the series and look forward to what happens next, then make sure to like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. Also, any mods that I've mentioned throughout the video will be linked down in the description below, so you guys can try them out for yourself. But thanks again for watching, always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.